And welcome back. It's Deathbattle prediction as I just make the screen bigger. 1 second. Come on. There we go. Killua versus Misaka. Killua from Hunter x Hunter and Sword Magic Index. I gave my Deathbattle prediction about this last week, the week prior, after the last Deathbattle happened. Right now my side is on Killua, but I fully acknowledge that I didn't know a lot about the other character. And apparently, there's good reason to suggest that I might be dead wrong on this, because a lot of people were saying that Killua was going to get stomped in this fight. I had a couple people argue for Killua as well in there, but a lot of people were arguing Misaka. So as always, I am going to wait to see what the actual breakdown of these abilities are, and we'll go for it. But let's get down to it.
Killua Zoldyck, Hunter x Hunter's prodigious lightning assassin.
Turn that up a little bit.
Misaka Mikoto, Academy City's ace electric
so,
princess.
I know.
Question: what is more terrifying than the all-powerful crackling might of lightning?
All-powerful might
in the hands of
gravity?
hyper-talented teenagers. The worst combination. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Yeah,
And it
I mean, gravity, space, time, reality warping.
Deathbattle.
Granted, if you were to ask me which element I'd like to bend, it would be either wind or lightning. So,
a vicious family of assassins known the world over. So infamous for
I'm
their
not-
killing
I'm-
techniques, a
I'm
single
not too
photo
far
of any
into Hunter
member
x Hunter. I think I'm like on
sells
volume
for
6.
millions.
You don't want to be the target of their next family outing. But like
So,
all
I mean,
families,
but I
there's
knew
bound
other
to be
stuff
a
about
rebel.
the series
As was
beyond
the case
that
with the middle
point. So,
child,
spoilers, but not
They
spoilers.
seriously named him Kill? Hardcore.
Well, it might be a pun on the term kilowatt, but kill is apt, given he's been trained in past tensing people since he was 3.
I'll say,
Sensing
at
people.
age 14, he was strong enough to open a 64-ton door.
Yeah.
Jeez, what kind of workout did his family put
I
him
mean,
through?
that's 14
Somehow,
years
it gave
old.
him
That's
6
a
meter
jacked
skills,
14-year-old.
extendable claws, and rhythm echo, a technique that lets him fool people's senses with just his feet.
More accurately, by manipulating the cadence of his footsteps, Killua can create an auditory illusion, capable of tricking even extrasensory abilities.
There you
Killua
go.
was a heck of a prodigy, but despite being able to effortlessly rip
normally
out
you could
hearts,
sense
his
auras,
family still thought
that'll
he
create
wasn't
illusions.
cold-blooded enough.
Only evading kills.
Fed up, he ran away. Not to the circus, but to the Hunter Association. An association of people who hunt stuff.
I remember
There,
that,
he
by the way.
tested himself
That
in the
I
hunter's
really
exam
liked
and
that
inevitably had
bit
gone head
with the
over heels
girl
for his
with the
new
test.
friend,
She wanted that
Go.
specific type of
Get it?
sushi,
Oh,
and
God,
she just
Wizzy, you're
wasn't
still taking
explaining
those
it, and she
waste of
failed
time
them all. And then
improv classes.
Big
Yes,
Big
and
Boss came and was like,
I think it's going pretty well.
why did you do
Killua's
that?
family
Is
didn't like him making friends, so they sat him down and then calmly and politely tortured him mercilessly as punishment. It was only thanks to Gon that Killua finally convinced his old man to let him go out on adventures with his buddies.
But
I have
this
a
change of
son.
heart is no act of compassion. Killua's father saw his freedom as just another step in molding him into a better killer. And in some ways, he was right.
Oh, yeah.
Through his adventures, Killua learned Nen, an invisible life force that...
Yeah, it's key. It's always key.
Actually, this one's a bit more complicated. You see, Nen is utilized through 4 main principles. 10 for containing your aura while defending from physical and mental attacks. Zetsu for relieving fatigue and masking your presence. Ren for bolstering strength and influencing emotions.
That's pretty standard so far.
And Hatsu, the unique way in which one's Nen is expressed. This comes in many forms.
So
but all
basically,
fall
when we're
into
talking about-
one of 6 types,
I've had people
which
ask
represent
me
how
to do
proficient
a
the
Nen
user
user
is at
series,
certain
like-
techniques.
like I do this on
Oh,
Pakto
it's
and
an
Lanticore.
RPG class system?
More like a hybrid class system.
Uh,
because most
for
users
Nen, but
naturally fall
because
somewhere
it's
between
just-
2 categories,
Nen
giving them
is
differing
so
degrees of proficiency. Techniques from
crazy.
these Nen categories can even be further enhanced by adding rules to their
Mm-hmm.
use. Oh, then there are the advanced principles, which...
Oh, God, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
haven't even talked about Killua's Hatsu yet. Killua is a transmuter enhancer, i.e. he specializes in transmuting his aura into different forms and enhancing the power of himself and others. He uses his aura to...
He makes lightning!
Yeah.
Yes, in Killua's
That
hand,
look
lightning
upon
becomes
his
a deadly
face.
weapon that he can fire down
No,
as a
when you
bolt,
transfer like
channel
the
through his
Soka
arms,
bubble
or send
properties,
through
both
metal
rubber and
objects.
gum, remain
Like his
invisible,
super
thus kills
alloy
electricity would be the
yo-yos.
same.
These bad boys weigh up to 50 kilograms. See, that's how you make a pun, Wiz. packing enough force to shatter trees like I just shattered
See,
Wiz's
I
confidence.
didn't bring the yo-yos up.
Killua's lightning, and he can electrify anyone who touches them.
And this isn't some magicy schmagicy lightning. His bolts have been identified as the real deal more than once.
Meaning, Killua is certainly as fast as actual lightning.
Yep.
Especially when he uses it on himself to bust out God speed.
Yeah, it is
a
super
form
sick
that greatly
form,
amplifies
which
his
does
agility
look
and
awesome.
power, letting him bypass his synapses to reflexively react to threats.
For regular folk, that much voltage would be too much. But thanks to Killua's training, he can shrug off over 1,000,000 volts of electricity.
He's also exceptionally crafty.
But
And
that
every
little note did
move
say that he's
matters.
more resistant
Strategy
and
almost
resilient
always
than
triumphs,
actually immune.
even against greater strength.
Killua used these powers
Basically,
to battle
he turns into
world-renowned
A
thieves,
from
former
Naruto, more or
mercenaries,
less.
And ants.
That may not sound like much, but these chimera ants were brutal, murdering and eating people by the hundreds of thousands, then threatening billions. That reminds me of an old experiment. Gone horribly wrong.
Killua understandably wanted to bail, but Gon pulled him back in, much to his frustration.
Killua wanted to be there for Gon emotionally, but could not comprehend why he
And
was
maybe
risking
more.
so
No.
much against the chimera
Let the shippers
ants,
handle that.
going as far as becoming a monster.
In other
Yeah.
words, Killua
They just
was
had
crushing
gone
really
in
hard,
a
but didn't know
versus
what to
with
do
Deca.
about Gon's simple-minded impulsiveness. It didn't end well for anyone.
Nope.
It wasn't all doom and gloom, though. Killua held his own against some of the chimera ants' best, surviving this forest-consuming blast from one of their captains.
Which, judging by its size, was worth several kilotons.
And he later injured a top-ranking royal guard, Yuppie.
Sure, he ran for the hills the moment Godspeed wore off, and isn't as strong as the weird horseman, but even just damaging someone who can make a crater like this is nothing to sniff at.
But amidst all the fighting, Killua still could not get his family out of his mind. Literally.
Dead-eyed
As
brother
in
of
his
his.
brother, Illumi put a needle in his head, forcing him to be controlled by self-preservation, ensuring he'd always run when victory isn't guaranteed. Wiz, you think you can call CPS for that?
Thankfully,
That's
after
messed
some much-needed self-surgery and self-reflection, Killua removed it, overcoming his mental barrier and ready to risk his life for those he
Man,
cherishes.
you really are a
Which he
shit
did
brother.
when he finally got him.
I hate ads so much. Alright, can we just move past this right now? Thank you very much.
Himself and his dear sister Alika away from their demented family. He even brought Gon back from the brink of his creepy Nen coma.
But despite how valuable Gon was as a friend, Killua realized his unhealthy dependence on him.
So he decided to travel with and protect Alika, finally realizing what he wants to do for the rest of his life. Oh god, the tearful romantic parting.
Still, if Gon or Alika ever need help, Killua is sure to come running.
Ready to Killua anyone dumb enough to mess with him or those he cares about.
Alright. So that was Killua. Like I said, I mean, I knew he was pretty powerful from the get. We're going to move past the better help ad there. Pause that for a second. So that was a lot of information we had there. He's a master assassin, physically strong as hell, super speed, even without the lightning. And then the lightning enhancements come in. Let me see what they bring for Misaka, and then I'll give my final opinion. And that will be the one I go into to the end of this fight with. And if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. 2 for 2 this season. Let's see if they can keep going.
Most of these youngins dream of rivaling the best espers, but only a few are hardworking and smart enough to do it.
Among them being Tokiwadai Middle School's Level 5 Electro Master, Misaka Mikoto.
Level 5? So she's a Pokemon, but an anime girl.
Each Esper's power and utility is ranked, with level 5 being the highest they can normally achieve.
And after working up to that level, Misaka became unstoppable. She can magnetize herself to metal, electrically enhance her physique, sense her surroundings through an electromagnetic radar, and generate billions of volts.
In addition, she can make
that
iron
definitely
sand
puts that
from
over
disparate
what Killua can
particles in the air
resist.
to form tornadoes, body decoys, or a sword that vibrates at rapid speeds for enhanced cutting power.
Just what an anime girl needs, a chainsaw. And if she gets serious, Misaka can even make a friggin' 6 million ton kaiju out of it.
That's
Such tremendous power,
pretty
Misaka
awesome.
put an end to many crimes, earning fear among criminals, admiration among her peers, and lots of personal pride in her abilities. There was nothing she couldn't overcome.
Nothing except the bane of all tsunderes, a frizzy-haired, dumbass anime protagonist.
Enter Kamijo Toma, A level 0 nobody who Misaka could not harm, no matter how many times she tried.
Oh, I hate you, but I secretly love you, and it'll work out in the end. Shut up! But she'd have more than a dork like Toma to worry about. As amazing as Academy City is, it's more corrupt than New York real estate. Years ago, Misaka gave some shady scientists a sample of her DNA, being promised it'd help cure tons of fatal diseases.
Of course.
Instead, they made tens of thousands of clones of her, sending them all to be slaughtered one by one.
What the hell?
Specifically against another level 5
Oh, that's right.
Lord
Yep.
named Accelerator. By farming all these clones, they hoped he would finally get enough EXP to become a mythic level 6. Is that
Yeah,
seriously
that's
all it
right.
takes?
He's
How does this
what,
Esper
like
stuff
he's
work?
a messed
Glad
up
you
character.
asked. Espers represent the scientific side of the world, a side I'm so familiar with. All Espers possess an involuntary movement or AIM diffusion field that manifests their power, letting them consciously alter reality.
Changing reality with your mind. Isn't that just magic?
Au contraire, Boomstick, it's quite scientific. Look at Misaka's signature move, the railgun. Many real-life railguns use a set of parallel conductors to generate.
No, I never
light
actually
force.
watched the video
By
of a railgun. That's pretty
imaginary
cool.
rails between herself and her target, Misaka can create a similar yet greater effect, accelerating the speed and kinetic force of a projectile, usually a coin, into a concussive bullet. It's beautiful. It's science.
How long are you gonna be nerding out over this?
Come on, this is like my one thing. Where was I? Oh yeah, thousands of dead clones. Traumatized by the endless slaughter, Misaka felt enormous guilt. You see it all the time.
Railgun fires a Mach 3, but
Sure,
it's
buddy.
consistent.
She worked for days to end the clone project, but concluded it would have to end with her sacrifice.
But Toma butted in, giving Misaka the support she needed in her darkest hour, while also punching out Albino Magneto.
That's right,
with his
because he can't do
Esper-proof
anything
fist.
to him.
Misaka had shouldered her burden for so long that she forgot how to rely on others. This wake-up call from her newfound crush was exactly what she needed.
But even with Accelerator decelerated, Misaka kept fighting Academy City's underbelly, all to protect her friends and free her sister clones she befriended. She dealt with a lot of trouble on the way, but had the power to do it.
In her battle with a killer cyborg lady,
All
Misaka
right.
conjured a city-spanning storm, which, by measuring the size of the cloud relative to the city, would
All right.
require over 58 kilotons of energy to
God.
make.
Kilowatts. She's also fought
Yeah,
other level 5s, not just
the
Accelerator.
stats they're now
She got
throwing
into
out
a
here,
middle
it's
school
just
beef with a snobby
the only thing
telepath,
so far
fought
I'm
this
seeing he may
explosive
have over
weirdo,
her is
and
actual
dodged
combat
particle beams
experience
from
and
an
speed.
unhinged Karen.
The electrons of which can accelerate to high relativistic speeds.
It's no shock. Misaka's reactions are that fast, given her lightning has been stated to be light speed on 5 different occasions.
Okay, yeah, no,
With
now he
additional
doesn't have the
powers,
speed
though,
advantage.
Misaka's greatest asset is her intellect.
It might not look it, but high-level espers constantly perform tons of nerd math just to make their powers work.
And understanding other powers has been just as vital to Misaka's survival. Take her bout with the magic Valkyrie, Brunhild.
Remember
All
when
right.
Liz said espers were the science side of the world? Well, these weirdos are packing the magic. A single mistake from Misaka could have meant death, but she still stalemated Brunhild.
All
Now,
right.
Brunhild was still stronger and faster, but it is impressive Misaka was able to harm a saint, who are normally only deployed against foes capable of leveling mountains.
Yeah.
One such foe, Hell, froze 100 kilometers of ocean.
You'd think this means Misaka can take on all sorts of magical baddies. But alas, the power creep says otherwise.
He's actually serious. When you're dealing with crazy magicians and magic gods, even a level 5
Yeah.
Esper struggles to keep up. Misaka valued her abilities so highly that she struggled to maintain her self-esteem when they weren't enough.
A shame Misaka cares so much about getting stronger when Toma appreciates her as a person first and foremost.
They're really going
Certainly
a lot
flaw
harder
that
into her
ever-persistent
backstory
hard-headedness
than they
will
are
also
for
keep
Killua
Misaka
and everything
around,
he can
no
do.
matter the stakes.
So watch out, because this pint-sized
I would also like to
14-year-old
point
is
out
quite
they
literally
did not
a
put any like
walking
defined
railgun.
weaknesses. Okay.
This episode is sponsored by Hell.
Free
I'm just
meals
gonna
plus
pass
free
the Hello
shipping.
Fresh ad. They didn't really specify any clear-cut weaknesses for either of these characters, but look, now that I've actually gotten a rundown of some of what she can do, yeah, he doesn't even have the speed advantage anymore. The only thing he really has is the auditory hallucinations, better combat experience. He's a lot more ruthless. Look, I'm going to go Misaka on here. I mean, my first guess was Killua, And I'll be happy if he wins, because I kind of think I like him a little bit. I hate Tsunari characters. Those are not entertaining characters in my mind. It's like, no, I don't like you. It's like, oh, get over yourself. Either ask him out or move on with your life. Just let your fucking pride go. Those characters actually really get on my nerves. Like, this trope is just dumb. So I love it when someone can just be like, yeah, okay, whatever, bye. Anywho. I digress. So let's see who wins this death battle.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, we're just going to pop up the volume just a bit more. Woo, good background. That's a custom sprite. That's not bad.
I've been looking for it all day. Give it
here. Okay, I will say that did not blend well.
Come and get it. Coins, huh? I had a butler who used these.
See, in base mode, he's got the complete edge. That's the thing. Yep.
Focus. It's a trick of sound, not sight.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Ooh. Alright, you got him there. I mean, this actually looks pretty nice. This looks pretty clean. Oh, they don't
good at hand
quite...
to hand. Better keep my distance. She has stronger lightning. Gotta get in close.
No problem. The thing is, they don't. These are good sprites in the backgrounds because they just don't quite meld together. In my opinion. Oh. Yikes. Oh yeah, yo-yo time. It's yo-yo mom.
No time to break.
Oh, that's right, magnetism.
Now's my chance.
God mode. Again, she can't keep up physically with him right now. That is the physical strength. That was the other thing too. He's got a physical strength that's over 100%. I mean, right now they're actually portraying this as pretty equal. So going Super Saiyan. Yep, crack. Okay, that's pretty cool. Basically, her electric Susanoo. Yep.
She's keeping this thing together with electromagnetism, meaning it can be disrupted.
Oh. See, I must have missed that part. Or he can actually disrupt other electromagnetism. Did he take her heart?
Wait a minute.
Nope, that was the clone duplicate she made.
Distance, 35 meters. Altitude, 45, 40, now.
Yeah, well. That's unfortunate. It's raining blood on you and you're giggling like a schoolgirl.
The angle, the electromagnetism, the science. It's...
All right, take a breather there, champ.
While Killua's assassin training made him a vicious threat, Misaka's abilities and know-how gave her the counter she needed in this mind-numbing battle of wits.
Killua could survive kilowatt-ton level blasts, and given some leeway, could scale to Yuppie, whose crater feat was worth 18 megatons of TNT.
Impressive, but the storm Misaka created beat anything Killua has done directly. And given similar scaling to Brunhild, who Misaka not only harmed, once
I saw the power output within the relativistic light speeds,
meaning no matter which numbers are used, Misaka would always have the advantage.
That was where I was like,
No surprise there. Killua may have shrugged off 1,000,000 volts of electricity, but Misaka can dish out and survive billions.
Still, both characters have contended with and harmed stronger opponents, and the two power systems they work under have allowed weaker opponents to defeat stronger ones in the past.
So, might alone wouldn't net either a win. Plus, Killua was way better at hand-to-hand and physically stronger.
Knowing his crafty assassin skills, things could have gone south for Misaka if she wasn't careful.
But fortunately for the railgun, She was. Her fight with Brunhild shows she knows how to deal with tough, up-close threats while keeping her distance.
And being able to dodge particle beams meant Misaka was more than fast enough to react to even Killua's lightning-quick speed.
Add to that her bigger pool of powers, and she had plenty of ways to counter Rhythm Echo, since Killua was lightning, or just pin him in place long enough to pull off a railgun finisher. Killua was
I mean, basically, the two things that they... that I said during the fight was that he was a better fighter and he was physically stronger. Those are both the edges he had. But too slow to close the gap. Unfortunately, yeah. And can't survive for full power. Straightforward arsenal. Yeah, that was another thing too. I noticed is that they spent more time on her because she had more versatility in her arsenal.
Then lightning and killing. But Misaka's varied electro powers, quick reflexes, and scientific brilliance let her cash in.
I don't want to say that this fight looks like completely out of place. It actually looked pretty good.
The winner is Misaka Mikoto.
I just felt like it was a little off. But I think they actually did a good job too.
Stay tuned. We have a new Death Battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see Death Battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Next time. Summer's coming this year. Rock? Yeah! Rocket versus Stitch! Woo! Rocket versus the Stitch, July 3rd. Hell yes, I am here for that. God, yeah. So I think I've actually done that fight, by the way. I have done. I'll post a prediction video in a little later today, but I'm pretty sure I've done that for who would win. And I think I give the edge to Rocket. But ultimately, we'll see what. I'll get to that later on. So that was Killua versus Misaka. I did call. Now, before anyone gets on my case, like, yeah, you changed your opinion from your last video. Yeah, the final opinion is the opinion you have before the fight happens, okay? So, you know what? You're allowed that. I'm allowed that. So that means I'm 3 for 3. And if you want to argue that, I don't give a rat's ass. So anyway, that's the fight. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you folks for the next one. Have a good one.